Good morning, everybody. Today we're installing SmackDown flat plate on the gunnel so we can mount SmackDown rod holder here for some suspended fishing, and also just to give us another place to store things, whether it be the net or extra rods when we're going from point to point. We're going to use riv nuts or screw nuts. So if you're familiar, tool, riv nuts. Not going to go into great detail about that because you either know or you don't, but this little tool is super awesome, especially for securing things when you don't have access underneath it. That riv nut, once it's put into position and expands, it gives you something to pull to, securing anything that you're going to mount or bolt down. 1/4 inch bit, drill bit, lock it down. Let's get our pin. Gonna mark these. We're only gonna do one side here. I'll do the other side later, but I think where I kind of want it is far enough behind the multi-bar right here, just kind of positioned where it's not in the way if we're trying to grab either one. So I think I'm gonna go with like right here. I think you guys can still actually see that in the camera. Yeah, okay, perfect. So it's away from the cleat here at the stern also. So make sure I face it the same way as the other one that I got. I backed it in, put the point of it facing out, and then I kind of backed it in just a little bit closer to the edge, the inside here. So it's probably about right. Go ahead and mark it. Okay, good enough. I like to start slow when drilling into the boat. We're almost through, so there it is. I'll get the shot back out here in a second. There we go. Clean that surface so it tries to sit as flush as possible. All right, so you take your gun. Got to make sure you have the right size attachment on here. I'm just tightening it up. So you tighten this down. This is the 1/4 size. And this guy, thread on here. Okay, in there, boom. Okay, then screw that out. All right, let's get our first one in there, show you guys, and then that's all I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to show you the finished result. Keep this short and sweet. I'll install rod holders to your gunnel with the SmackDown holder. So there it is. The other holes looking lined up perfectly. I'll show y'all. Put this battery back. There you go. See? So now you see why I went with the black 1/4 bolts off Amazon. Those are stainless steel. Of course, they're just painted. So there it is. And then this guy screws on into there. Good. I'll show you the end result. And now we get our rod holder screwed in. That's as far as it goes. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to find out how far it can screw in fully, which I actually get it there. That actually worked out perfect because obviously that's the way I want it facing. And then kind of tighten it down almost too much that the nut here is not even going to do anything. So there we go. Rod holder installed. Great thing about these is that ain't going anywhere. I mean, I'm moving the boat. Ain't no fish pulling that out. So that's it. There you go. SmackDown rod holder, flat base. Also from SmackDown Catfishing. I think the bases are 15, 16, something like that. Rod holder, 20, 30 bucks, whatever. Anyways, great rod holders. That's all I've got on the multi-bar. I like the neon green, so all neon green rod holders. I actually probably gonna swap this out and put the pipe holder back here to kind of stow the net, especially when we're dragging baits using the multi-bar. I prefer to have the net kind of set right here in the pipe. So probably gonna go ahead and do that and switch those out. So any rate, hope that video helps y'all out. Again, 1/4 it's the size of the nut, the screw nut that I use. Make sure obviously that matches up to your bolt. So 1/4 bolts. These are 2 inches or 1 3/4, hard to say. This riv nut gun, the screw nut gun, came off Amazon. It's worked really well for several jobs I've done. Usually get a pack of those. Those are stainless steel, obviously, for water applications. And then a 1/4 inch bolt or a drill bit to drill your holes. And there you go. All right. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.